Hello everyone and welcome back to Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. If you're new to the channel looking for reviews of bourbons, ryes, or some of those dusties, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. If you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you for your support. Alright guys, so today we're going to be reviewing the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Tennessee Whiskey. Jack Daniel's, being a Tennessee whiskey, goes through something called the Lincoln County process, where it's filtered through maple charcoal chips for 6 days prior to being sent out for aging. Not all distilleries use the Lincoln County process, but the two major distilleries in Tennessee, being Jack Daniel's and George Dickel, both rely on this process to filter their whiskeys. So Jack Daniel's barrel proofs range anywhere between 125 to 140 proof. And typically you can find them in your market anywhere between $60 to $65. This one comes in at 65.01% ABV or 130.1 proof. They're non-age stated and consists of 80% corn, 12% rye, and 8% malted barley. I've spent a lot of time with this bottle. It's been open for a while. I do get a lot of the same consistency through some of these Jack Daniel's barrel proofs, but with them being single barrels, you do get some different and unique flavors throughout them. So I'm really excited to get into this one, guys. So let's go ahead and get a pour. Nice dark color on this one. Take a look at the color here real quick. It's a really dark amber, dark copper color. It coats the glass really well. It's got nice, heavy, thick legs. Really dark, almost syrup-like. All right, guys, let's get into the nose. So right away, brown sugars. I do get some heat from that proof. Deep, rich caramel, vanilla. On this one, I'm picking up some really heavy baking spices, some nutmeg, maybe some paprika. Cinnamon for sure. And on this one, I do get just a little floral note a little bit further in the glass. So overall, really nice nose, guys. Let's go ahead and taste. Cheers. Yeah, so right away, that 130.1 proof, it really hit you. Almost dries out the palate there for a minute. Get a nice little burn on the front of the tongue, but it's very mouth coating. Middle of the palate, I'm picking up some cinnamon, some oak. A little bit further back on the finish is where you get a cinnamon character, but it's followed up with a little bit of leather. That's very, really nice finish. Let's go for another sip, guys. Cheers. Yeah. Yep, so the burn on the front of the tongue kind of goes away pretty quick, and it leaves you with a nice sweet vanilla, nice bold caramel, and then pulling up some dark fruits, maybe a little bit of raisins, maybe some plum. Middle of the palate, like I said, you're getting some cinnamon there. Middle of the palate doesn't really give you too much. You get some baking spices and then some cinnamon. Like I said, some nutmeg, maybe paprika. But toward the finish, the cinnamon does kind of follow through, and I get a leather, a nice, like a dry, really dry leather. Maybe a hint of tobacco. Yeah, I don't really pick up any floral like I did on the nose. A lot of dark fruit and baking spices. It's just really bold. Let's go for one more sip, guys, here. Yeah, so when it first goes down, it almost dries out the palate, but it's like it all kind of comes back and it really does coat the palate, which is really odd. You figure that if it dried out the palate, it would stay that way, but it does. It comes back and it coats the palate. Burn on the front of the tongue is gone. So you're getting some of those dark fruits, some plums, some raisin. Middle of the palate, you're picking up the baking spices. You're getting the plum and actually the plum kind of goes from it's like a plum, goes from the front of the palate to the middle of the palate now with those baking spices. That's kind of nice. I didn't get that before in the last couple sips. So you have the fruits on the front, the plum, the raisin, middle of the palate. That plum kind of follows through, baking spices. The finish, the cinnamon kind of goes along with the finish. Getting that real dry leather, a little bit of tobacco. Really nice finish, really mouth coating. After it kind of strips everything away from you after that first swallow of it. Let's go last sip, guys. Cheers. Yeah, right there, it dries you out. And then boom, it just coats the entire mouth. It doesn't drink like it's 130 proof. Until you take that first sip. That first sip, it definitely it hits you with that proof, lets you know it's there. But afterwards, like I said, the burn on the front of the tongue is gone. Dark fruits, plum, raisin. That plum character does follow through to the middle of the palate with those baking spices, cinnamon. Yeah. Nice baking spices on the middle of the palate. The finish, the cinnamon follows through with a leather note, little bit of a tobacco note as well. I'm not getting any of the fruits on the finish. That's all toward the front of the palate. But it's a great finish. It's very odd for it to really dry you out as soon as you swallow it, and then boom, it completely coats your mouth again, which is it's really nice. And I have spent a lot of time with this bottle. It is a great expression from Jack Daniel's. I personally will continue to buy their product, especially these single barrel proofs, because I absolutely find them to be fantastic. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. So if you're new to the channel looking for reviews of bourbons, rye, or some of those Dusties, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. And until next time, guys, stay dusty.